tuned into the motherfucking greatest. Turn the music up in the headphones.
Hello friends, back again on another tutorial, which I would say is quite useful for everybody and valuable. I would have been very happy to get this information sooner and more collected together. So it means I had to really test and do and check this and that to make it work like now. So let's get first to the problem. What is the problem? I'm on a Windows machine. I run Windows 10, 64-bit, and Windows has a problem with limiting its slots for the plugins. Whatever the technical background for this is, you can Google online. I may put links in the description if you're interested in that, but it is how it is. So there are many slots already in use here because I have plugins already loaded in my project. Let me show you what it is about. So I here have loaded the FET compressor from Softube, and we have 78 slots available. When I erase that, we have +1. So this takes 1 slot. There are other plugins that take more slots. For example, I think that the Isotope plugins take a bit more. Let me check that. Yeah, unbelievable, 8 slots. The Ozone took 8 unbelievable slots. So the problem is, the more plugins you have, the more slots will be occupied by that. And when you run to 0, you can't load another plugin. The system doesn't crash or something, but it doesn't load any new plugin. So what can you do? You can do the most clean and best solution would be go on a Mac. But not everyone has a Mac, not everyone wants a Macintosh. Or let's say like this, a lot of us are used to Windows, they have the plugins on the Windows system, they have everything set up and ready to make music on Windows, whatever the reason is for that. So a second solution would be, at least I know for Cubase, just use the internal plugins from Steinberg. Let's find here a Steinberg plugin. For example, where is that? The reference, for example, the reverb from Steinberg. And let's see. You see, this plugin didn't add something, didn't take away some slots here. This is another solution which I use. I use a lot of Steinberg plugins, and we are lucky, you are lucky, if you own Waves plugins, because let me show you what the Waves do. This is a Waves plugin. It takes away 2 slots, but every other plugin I load, it doesn't take any more slots away. So you can load countless Waves plugins as much as you want. It won't take you more slots away for any additional plugin that you load into that. And there is also 2 more little tricks or hacks that you can minimize this problem. The next one is I shut down Cubase now. I will show you why. You have to completely shut it down. Then you go on your Cubase 10 folder or whatever version you have, it doesn't matter. open this, and you see here there is a folder called components. Here you have various components, and there are some that you don't use. Maybe. You should be aware what do you use and what not. Recommended for shutting down and not using is this adapter here. So just put this underliner behind the name of the data. Push enter. And it won't start with Cubase, but you still have it. So when you want to go back, just take this away again, like this. All right, so we will do it now, and I will show you which ones that I don't use here. So I don't need the hub, for example. This will save me some. I don't need this codec. You can do this really safe. It's absolutely not a problem. And this filter, I don't need also. You can look it up, what exactly it is, and if you may use it or not. But these things are safe to change, and also the video engine. I don't use any videos, so I can safely do that. So this is another little trick to save some slots. So as you see, when I restart the project now, we have 88 slots. This is not much, but it is. There are a few more. So let's get to the last tip, to the last hack. The last one is probably the best and most useful one, but it has to be done carefully, and it needs some time to test what works and what not. So there is a little program called JBridge. You maybe know that. Download the latest version, and then what I do, I show you my folder here. I have all my plugins, just not the VST. They're in a separate folder here. I have everything. I don't have any 32-bit anymore. It's not needed. Here I have quite a few effects, all in 64-bit, but VST2. This is important. You can't do that with the VST3 plugins. You can't JBridge them. Okay? So what you can do is now, as I have done that, take these plugins by doing this and then click here. Now it asks you which plugins do you want to bridge. So you go to your folder where you have your 64-bit plugins, or 32 can also. I don't have anymore, but you can do it also with the 32. But I took most of my 64-bit plugins. I don't do it now. You can choose here, and then it will ask you again where to bridge. Then you make another folder, and here put in the bridged plugins. And then you go to Cubase. You go to your plugin manager, and down below here, this can't be made bigger. Okay. I'm here in my effects. You see that? And these are all my places where I have them. You see, I have the bridged here, bridged effects, reverbs, synths. But a few of them, like the native instruments, Yuhi, and the Akai and Toontrack Camel Audio Sound Toys, I had to use the separate unbridged from my 64-bit folder because they did not work well for me in the bridged version. So this is a bit trial and error. What works for you, what not? But this is the way to go. Same with the instruments. And then you put in the bridge plugins. They have at the end here this 64. You put them in your list and use them. Why? Let's take a look. Okay, open this FLS checker, a useful plugin to check the slots. You can download it for free. I will add another instrument. For example, this Keyscape plugin. Because we see 64, it is bridged. We can try that. What happens? All right. What do you think will happen when I push an update? +0. This is the magic trick. The bridged plugins, they don't add to the slots. So do that. This is really, really recommended. The projects, I was very, very unsatisfied when I realized that certain projects just can't take any more plugins, and I had no idea why, what's up here. And this helps a lot and saves a lot of headache if you follow this instruction. I hope this helps you as it has helped me. And I wish you a good day and thanks for watching.